This is Grange, a spirit-fired locomotive by Barrett Engineering, which I built from a kit, I think in 2013. I haven't run it very much, and it stood on the shelf for a few years now, so it's full of fluff and dust. But I have spent a bit of time oiling it round and draining the displacement lubricator, which sadly I did not do the last time I ran it, whenever that was. Always better to drain the displacement lubricator when the locomotive is hot, or warm anyway. So bit of an issue getting the water out of the lubricator, but I've done that and refilled with oil. As far as I can remember, I pretty much did build it according to Barrett Engineering's instructions, although I have a feeling the removable spirit tank is a modification which I made. I always think it's a good idea that you can put the spirit tank out if things go awry. I have a feeling the original Barrett thing was all just part of the tender, which always strikes me as a recipe for disaster. And it does have an axle pump, which is part of the standard, and there it is. And can't see it from here, but there is an axle pump as well. The displacement lubricator is neatly tucked under there. Twin cylinder slip eccentric valve gear. It's so long since I've run this locomotive, I couldn't remember what to do. So I filled the boiler up to brim full and syringed out about 60 millilitres, having quite forgotten that Barrett Engineering kindly fit an overflow pipe in the boiler from this control just here. You can see it, control just here. And so any excess filling in the boiler, if you open that valve, runs out on the deck and waters the plants. I'd completely forgotten that. That's quite neat, if you remember to use it. Right, I've lit the mess burners from underneath, which had the interesting side effect. As I had the mess cock wide open, not a good idea, had the immediate effect of sucking through a great load of mess which was on fire, which promptly ran all over my hand, so I had a handful of burning mess. And just let me tell you, that is not a good idea. I am really struggling to remember how to do all this. Anyway, I seem to have some puff in the boiler. I've opened the blower. We've got 50 or 60 psi on the gauge. really don't want this thing to run away. Condensate out. Okay. My sense of optimism to just light it and go and everything will be alright, as is normal, completely ill-founded. Very sorry about the bloom on the camera lens. Leaving the camera out in the rain probably didn't help. The rush of steam up the chimney is not a good sign. Means there's too much water in the boiler. Hopefully it will settle down in a minute now I've opened the bypass on the water pump. The track in this area is in a state of virtual collapse. Baseboard's rotted out totally. I'm very happy to report that there were no excursions of the train into the new fish pond, and so the next task is to start to take the track apart and begin the rebuild. But clearly, before starting the rebuild of the track, a cup of tea and a piece of cake is essential equipment.